All right, y'all. So I've been bothered and bullied into doing this reading by Spirit and the Divine. I have been seeing things about Pop Smoke, and it's been highlighted to me, but I've been trying to ignore it. But the last 2 days, every day that I wake up, all I hear in my head is, baby, welcome to the party. I'm off of Molly, the Xan, the lean, and that's why I'm moving retarded. So I'm like, oh my God, here they go. So I have to do this reading. This is about Pop Smoke. He is a Cancer. His real name is Bashar Jackson. The date of his death is February 9th of 2020. This is, someone that's influenced hip-hop for the rest of its existence, specifically when it comes to Brooklyn drill. And he died in regards to, a home invasion when it came to Los Angeles. So LAPD Captain John Tippett, that's Jon space Tippet. He released these statements on July 9th of 2020 that stated, "We are confident we have the 5 individuals that were responsible for Pop Smoke's death." He stated, "We believe that the assailants did not know the rapper personally and that this wasn't some personal vendetta." They summed it down after their investigations into 2 people specifically. Corey Walker, who's 19 years old. There are 4 people charged. Corey Walker is one of them. We have Keandre Rogers, which is 18, and then supposedly there were 2 other minors that were charged, and because, they're minors, their names couldn't be released. The whole reason why they supposedly did this home robbery was because of some sort of diamond-encrusted Rolex and Cuban link chain, which are worth maybe like $2 grand. This whole situation seems fishy to me. There was one person in particular that was with Pop Smoke during that home invasion, and that was Mike D. Michael Duradola is his real name. So we're going to take a look at this whole situation and see what needs to be uncovered. So why was he killed? Let's start off with that. Why was Pop Smoke killed? 3 of Pentacles. The Emperor. Ooh, there's that Emperor again. 7 of Pentacles. This person has major control of LA. I don't know who they are. They have, a hand in, the industry as well. The Emperor shows up in all of my LA related type of readings. 9 of Swords, 4 of Swords in reverse, and Page of Swords. So why was Pop Smoke killed overall? It's because they knew he was the one, like the chosen one in some way. He was putting hard work and dedication into something that was bringing him prosperous abundance into his life. This is like generational wealth. I don't know how many albums Pop Smoke has out in total, but this could be what he was working on, albums, because it could be Meet the Woo 2, and something else that was in store. Someone was watching him as, he was being successful. Whoever this person is, they're in a position of control right now. So this Emperor has been eliminating anybody that has come in their way as far as like success and music. You know what? This Emperor energy is the same person that was responsible for Nipsey Hussle. So this Emperor, like I said, they have a hand in deaths when it comes to LA. Anybody that's close to finding success and victory, or close to possibly, throwing this person off of their position when it comes to power, if they're threatened by you, they're going to take you out, period. 9 of Cups is here to show that the reason why Pop Smoke was taken out was because he was getting his wishes fulfilled. He was getting his wishes granted. He was investing, putting hard work, dedication. Pop Smoke was someone who he worked for everything that he had. With the 9 of Swords, someone was stressed out because they felt like, because of Pop Smoke's progression, this man was only 20 years old. Whoever this Emperor is, it's someone that's much older than Pop Smoke. And he's looking at this man's progression and he's like feeling threatened, entitled. Because I feel like this is an Emperor in reverse. Somebody who uses their control in a way to harm others. Someone who's narcissistic. Someone who, they have a lot of money. They have a lot of influence. They have a lot of power. And if this person, had a hand in Nipsey Hussle's death, just think about like what kind of control this person has. Because it means that they have the control of like LAPD as well, because LAPD's lobbied anything that they say, any official statements. I wouldn't buy any type of details that they put, because they're obviously just trying to steer you in the wrong direction. As the 9 of Swords is here, this man, this Emperor energy took action to be able to cause disarray and distress to Pop Smoke, affecting his stability, possibly tying him up. So I read that he died with a gunshot wound to the torso, right? And he was shot 3 times. They must have like interrogated him, or there was some sort of conversation that was at play before he got shot. Basically, like, he received an intervention while he was tied up, and then they shot him. And this was something that was paid for. Seven of Pentacles is someone who's investing money. This Emperor invested money into making sure that Pop Smoke was taken out. If I were to give a number, a figure, I would say 300,000. That's how much money they invested into this. Like, this was a collective teamwork effort. With the Ace of Swords here, there was some sort of truth or clarity, or there was something that Pop Smoke discovered, some sort of secret, because the Ace of Swords is here to the High Priestess. He discovered something. And whatever this is, either he was planning on exposing it, he opened his mouth about it, but it's something that involved this Emperor energy. This is someone that has major control in LA. I would even go as far as saying like California altogether. Because this person, whoever this Emperor is, not only do they have a hand in Nipsey's death, where they transpired that, but they had a hand in Pop Smoke's death as well. This was like the person who put out the execution, who ordered the hit. They sent money to someone in particular. This person recruited like mercenaries and people to take Pop Smoke out. So whoever those 4 people are that are charged, I'm going to look into that in a second, but I'm willing to bet that whole story is just completely, it's a whole setup. It's a whole, nothing is what it seems. So he was killed because of his progression, because people knew Pop Smoke, he is somebody that's going to change the music industry. So this Emperor could be someone who is in the music industry. I don't know quite yet. We're going to pull details on that in a second. But the Queen of Wands is someone who's energetic, vivacious, strong, passionate. Pop Smoke was passionate about his music. You can hear it in his songs. Someone who, you know, liked helping others, was taking charge, was efficient. He was efficient in exactly what it is that he did. Pop Smoke, his elevation, it's been like exponential. So if you looked at his progression in his music and how, you know, things were transpired, you could see that this is someone that was going to change music. And if you're in the industry, Pop Smoke is someone that you need to watch out for, especially in the hip-hop industry, because he was going to take over. And this person knew that. 7 of Swords, deception, lies, trickery, underhanded behavior. This was all, whoever did this, they thought they weren't going to get caught. And, you know, because this case, I guess, has been closed out because of the Los Angeles County, you know, coroner's office, and then completing the autopsy, and the captain, like, putting out that statement. Nah, it's not closed, because I'm opening this shit back up. Because this happened behind the scenes in the 10 of Pentacles. This house in the background, it's 2033 Hercules Drive in Los Angeles, California. This is the address of it. If you go look that house up in Google, it looks similar, just like that. This was a place, if you look on Zillow, the image that they have on Zillow has like chairs like this in the way. So this was a place that people were getting together. This was an Airbnb rental where Pop Smoke was killed. So there was someone that communicated where his location was. And like I said, there was one person in particular that was there with Pop Smoke at that house. So why was he killed? Because we're still in that question. Why? Because they wanted to keep him trapped, because he had the key. He had the key to basically dismantling any principalities that are involved in the music industry. Because you have to think, the industry, it's toxic and evil on its own. You know, they have their own producers creating sonic warfare and frequencies in the music, putting out music about drugs and, you know, effing hoes and bitchs. And, you know, it's like, music is powerful. It can have the position of like completely straying you away from your path. And this person, this Emperor in particular, he's controlling the masses, specifically like Black people and people who are focused on hip-hop culture and things like that, influencing them by keeping them in mental conflictions. So part of the reason why our society is having a hard time progressing or even like standing up to the people in power is because you're in this mind control state by the type of music that you listen to. I don't listen to music like mainstream music, hip hop, Pop Smoke. Yes, I would hear music here and there from the radio, things like that, but I listen to mostly instrumentals, things that don't have words, chanting, you know. Music is powerful. That's all I have to say. And this was all tied together because Pop Smoke had the key. He had the key to release people from this mental entrapment that this Emperor has been putting a whole mass of people in. Ace of Swords is all about truth and clarity, revelation. This man in power, he had a revelation that Pop Smoke was going to ruin whatever plans that he had in store for the people in general. Because as a King of Wands, this was someone that was, this Emperor controls the market, the music industry. I don't know, like, specifics as to what, but this is someone that has a high ranking. This King of Wands energy, let me see. I asked, is this Jay-Z? Jay-Z is a Sagittarius, King of Wands to Queen of Wands energy. Which power couple do you know that can have that amount of power? Jay-Z and Beyonce. Because Beyonce, she has her own. You see that? Do you see that dragon behind her? I wasn't even trying to bring Beyonce into this. I didn't even know they were tied together into this. This has something to do with Jay-Z. Pop Smoke. He has something to do with Jay-Z. I mean, with Pop Smoke's death. Jay-Z does. And guilty by association is Beyonce. And Beyonce, you know how she always talks about Sasha Fierce and how, you know, something just comes inside her right before stage? She ain't lying, because whatever it is, it's demonic. She's got a demonic entity that brings her power and prestige and beauty. And these two, they're like determined to completely take over the industry. But this has something to do with Jay-Z in particular. So why was he killed? Let's keep going. 4 of Cups. Because he was causing missed opportunities, or whoever this emperor is, from what I'm seeing, he could see the progression of Pop Smoke, and Pop Smoke also discovered some sort of secrets that he may have talked about to, you know, other people in the industry, and this word got out in some way. What was the secret about? Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands. It was about a Leo. It was about Nipsey Hussle. Oh my God. I think Nipsey's a Leo. I don't know. You guys can look it up. Comment below. Let me know. But Knight of Wands energy is a Leo, Aries, Sag. Someone who was determined. And with the Ace of Wands, Pop Smoke could have found out about something that had to do with Nipsey's death. Death. Oh, I didn't even see that after. Look, death of the Knight of Wands energy. I am so fucking done right now. This is why he was killed. This was the secret that he found out about. I don't know how he got word of this. Queen of Wands sometimes can be like a woman that he was associated with that told him about this secret. So there was a woman that's close in the industry. Who's this woman? Show me what she looks like. Someone who's burdened because she's unable to move on. It could be Lauren. Yeah, Lauren is Nipsey Hussle's like girlfriend, because I think at the time, or right now, Nipsey Hussle has 2 kids. And in a way, she feels like responsible to provide for these kids in some way. She has a child with Nipsey in particular. This is a child that they have together. But Nipsey also has another child separately from Lauren, and she feels burdened because this is secrets that she's been holding in terms of like people that are in control in the industry. I feel heavy Jay-Z vibes off of this. I was not even going to talk about him, because every time, I'm telling you, this man, who knows how much power he has in the industry in general. LAPD is compromised. You cannot trust anything that they say. Nothing at all. Any statements that they make, you need to be looking at that twice. Those statements that LAPD made about Kobe and his death, y'all need to be looking at that twice, because like I said, the whole department is compromised. That captain feels lobbied to me. John Pippet, Jon space TIPPET, lobbied. So let's keep going. Why was this man killed? 6 of Cups, because of something from the past that he discovered. Queen of Pentacles, the Empress. So there was communication that went out that led to his death. 2 people in particular worked together to keep this man imprisoned. And I feel like it could be women that know what truly happened. Because when it comes to masculine energies, sometimes they pillow talk. When it comes to men, sometimes they pillow talk to the women close to them, their deepest secrets, you know, all those dirty things that they've done. With those women, you know, that are ride or dies. There's 2 women out there right now that know specifically why this happened to Pop Smoke. They know who set him up. Look, they even received money from it. So that's why they're okay. That's why they're accomplices. These women are like accomplices because they knew that there was some sort of riches. Like I said, it was a 300 grand job. You could split that 300 3 ways. And you still have this chest at the bottom. And this is someone who's compromised, because look, they have a witch's hat and a broom. This is someone that uses dark magic and an Empress energy. 2 people know in particular why this happened. And one of them could be a woman. But there was communication that went from that home. They could have been dealing with women in that house. Because like I said, it was the Airbnb. The lifestyle that Pop Smoke and, you know, and his friends live. They want to have women around. There's 2 women that were in that house probably the night before that know exactly why all of this happened, and they're going to talk because they're going to feel pressured. The divine is going to put pressure on these women to where they cannot sleep, they can't eat, they can't do anything until they speak up. Because 4 of Cups, this was a missed opportunity. They wanted to make sure that Pop Smoke didn't find the success and the recognition that was already awaiting him. He's already made like such a impact in hip-hop in general, and his music wasn't even out for that long, as opposed to people that had been in the industry for decades. Jay-Z has been in the industry for decades. Now let's keep going. Who ordered the execution? Because now that we know why he was killed, let's see who ordered the execution. Two people in a partnership together. This was a partnership effort. Specifically, possibly lovers that did it. Who ordered the execution? Show me signs. Show me identities. Who ordered the execution? It's one person in particular. Knight of Cups energy. This was someone, is this someone in his circle? Yes or no? This was someone in his circle. I don't know what Mike D's sign is, Michael Duradola, but did he have anything to do with Pop Smoke's death? Because I feel like, oh yeah, he did. He received money. He basically solidified whatever plan was out there. They needed someone that was inside of Pop Smoke's circle, someone who could be, bought, bribed into giving, information, because the Queen of Swords is someone who is smart. Mike Duradola is intelligent. This is someone who, is truthful for the most part. If you ask this person, questions, they're going to tell you the honest truth. But this person, they were bribed into solidifying whatever plan was in place to keep Pop Smoke trapped. And the person that executed, the order, this was someone that wanted to see this this King of Cups wounded. They don't want to tell me specific names, but it has something to do with the partnership. I see King of Wands energy here. Like I said, King of Wands was in that last spread as well. King of Wands, from what I'm seeing, look how many demons this person got around them. This is someone who has wealth, power, prestige. Someone who's most likely married or in a long-term partnership because they had help doing this. This was a secret that was being kept because they wanted someone to be out in the cold. Pop Smoke was going to overtake this industry. When it came to hip-hop, someone was threatened by him. And with the Eight of Pentacles being here, this person was studying Pop Smoke and, his progression when it came to music. This was someone that possibly even knew of the contracts that he had in store. I don't know which record label that he happens to be signed up with, but his record label could have given him up in some way, shape, or form. Because with the Ten of Swords to the Three of Swords, this was like a plot to kill him, specifically. Like, to wound and hurt this person. Death and Ten of Swords, those are like both of the images that speak about dying. And it's because they were dealing with an awakened person. I guess when it comes to the divine, the reason why they're making me do specific deaths is because these are awakened people. Or they were supposed to create change. They were light workers. Pop Smoke was a light worker in some way, shape, or form. He was healing the people around him. Even if, he may come from a very violent background, or just even if this man may be associated with like guns and things like that, at the core of who this man was, he was changing the planet by healing others with his music and creating partnerships. So if this man, had more time, he would have most likely dominated this entire industry in some way. The projection of this man's like success, it was unprecedented. I mean, at some point it still is, because he's dead now and people are still listening to his music. Like, he's still alive even to this day with the Three of Swords. So more information. Messages that can help identify, the killers. When it comes to those 4 people that have been charged, Corey Walker, Keandre Rogers, and those 2 minors, were they responsible for Pop Smoke's death? Were they responsible for Pop Smoke's death? They were. They received money in some way. Was this about, the $2,000 Rolex and Cuban chain? No, it wasn't about that. This was about someone dying that had... This was not about that. That was just a covert, excuse that LAPD gave the public just to kind of give us some sense of closure, which is not closure because it's not even the truth. Why Pop Smoke died was because he found out about Nipsey Hussle. I don't know what their associations are together. I don't know, but he found out somehow. And these children were paid. They received communication from someone at a distance in this sort of mansion. Whoever this person is that basically paid these children to commit this crime, this is where this person lives. Some sort of palace or mansion that looks like this. This is someone that is wealthy. This is a star, someone who's in the public eye. A celebrity is the one that put out the hit to Pop Smoke. Basically a coworker, someone amongst his circle. And this is someone who's masked with the Nine of Pentacles. Can you give me the identity of this masked person that can help me identify who they are? This is an official person, a mature man in reverse. What mature man do we know? And what country is in that globe? Africa, right? That's the country that's being portrayed. You need to look up Jay-Z's origins or his family, like his DNA. Where does it go back to? Because why would it show, look, this is a wealthy man in particular who did this. It's somebody who's wealthy. And this was like a team effort. But there's one person in particular who wanted to make sure that information didn't go out. King of Cups energy was, oh my God, I just had a whole download right now. King of Cups and King of Wands in the last spread, when we asked who ordered the execution, those were the two cards that came out, right? Wealthy man and the mature man in reverse. I need confirmation. Is the King of Cups, is that Diddy, Spirit? This has something to do with the Nine of Wands and the fact that, because Diddy had something to do with Nipsey's death. So if there's anybody that would know anything about Jay-Z's dirty doings, it would be Diddy, because they go back and forth. Those two are like alliances. They take their secrets to the grave. So is the King of Cups, is that Diddy? It is. It was a team effort. It was 4 people in particular that were responsible for this. Knight of Swords. Someone who rushed. The Knight of Swords is either the person that starts the war or ends it. And in this case, they started the war. Why? Because they were stuck on some sort of truth that was supposed to come out. Pop Smoke, like I said, he found out information somehow that led, I don't know, I don't know who these two people are tied to each other somehow, like Nipsey Hussle and Pop Smoke. I don't know. I'm not a celebrity, I'm not in that circle, but what I'm saying is that information got out somehow to Pop Smoke, and he found out, and he most likely opened his mouth, and that's what led to him getting set up. So did Mike D, have anything to do with Pop Smoke's death? Temperance in reverse. 9 of Swords. The Sun. King of Pentacles. Justice. 6 of Swords. Strength card. And the Fool. Did he have anything to do with Pop Smoke's death? Ace of Wands. Hermit. I feel like there may have been, because there's something unjustified here. He regrets something that he's done. What would you have to regret with your friend's death? What could you possibly regret here? Because it seems like he went from the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, right? Which is someone who's having financial problems, someone who's a gambler, who's greedy, who's stagnant, who has no real future, you know, just someone who's stuck, into the King of Pentacles energy. So what could he have done that could cause this level of elevation? I'm not putting any, but I don't know. All I'm saying is it's fishy. This man was selfish. There's a reason why he feels guilt. You don't feel guilty if you don't have, you know, anything to do with your friend's death. And he's like, you know, this person was a brother to me. And people were saying, you know, Mike D had something to do with Pop Smoke's death, but I didn't know that for sure. But now that I'm looking at it, it's like, what are you feeling guilty for? And what caused you to possibly elevate this way? I'm not saying that he gave out the information. What I'm saying is that he knew what was happening to his friend and he just turned his back. He didn't speak up about it. So he's guilty by association with these people, because he knew there was some plot and plan that was in store. And when it comes to like investigations, Mike D, I feel like he was bribed, like by the legal system as well. So this could be like investigators, FBI, Whoever's in charge of this homicide case, they went out and they cleaned up. Because like I said, LAPD cannot be trusted. They're lobbied. They're basically paid to just do... They're basically like TMZ. Like, they're just paid to make statements. That's it. And those statements don't necessarily have to be true. Because from what I know about Nipsey Hussle's death and the information that I found out, in comparison to the press conference and the information that LAPD put out, like, I could tell that whole thing was just set up. So this is tied together to that death somehow. So now let's see. Messages that can identify, you know, the killers. Knight of Wands energy. That's going to come out again. Ace of Pentacles. Fate. Hierophant. Page of Swords. Someone that was watching from a distance. Two of Pentacles. Six of Cups. Ace of Cups. These people that, you know, order the execution, are they people of wealth? They are. Ten of Swords, Five of Swords. This was murder. But not in the way that we think. Like, the people behind it. These three kids, Corey, Walker, Keandre, and those two minors, those are just scapegoats. Those are not the true people that are behind, you know, look, it's a King of Wands. There's a master manipulator in the background that's responsible for all of this. And he had help. This man doesn't work alone. He has associates and people that, you know, he trusts in his corner that were responsible for this. Look, King of Wands, Page of Cups, right? Look at this combo. Diddy, Jay-Z, if you ask me. That's who's responsible for that. I want to see. Specifically, I'm going to pull directly on their energies. Spirit, I ask that you ward off any negative energies or entities that may be sent my way as a result of this reading. Did Jay-Z have anything to do with Pop Smoke's death? I'm going to ask directly. Did Jay-Z have anything to do with Pop Smoke's death? Yes, he did. The world is like communication, travel also. Ten of Swords is death. Ten of Swords, bro. The Hierophant. There was communication that went out. He did have something to do with his death, and it was a collective effort. It wasn't just him by himself. There was two people that were responsible. King of Swords and Queen of Wands in reverse. So there was three people that I keep seeing. Three people that were responsible for Pop Smoke's death. One of them is a Jay-Z. Yep. Jay-Z offered money. Material things so that he can keep his crown. Six of Wands is someone who has victory, success, recognition. Someone who's doted upon. Someone who, you know, is loved. And the person who's loved is in this Knight of Wands energy. This is the fourth time this card has come out. And look, it was a collective team effort. Jay-Z, who is his partner in crime? Beyonce. And now these people are going to be stressed the F out because this is the second video now. I'm not even trying to look into Jay-Z. I didn't even know that had anything to do with this death at all. Like, in my mind, I thought it was someone close to, you know, Pop Smoke, his circle, like his inner friends. But no, this is a conglomeration of someone in power who wants to remain in power. Look, the Emperor. I just pulled that deck out because I was going to, you know, pull more energy. This Emperor figure controls the police department, controls LAPD in general. So LAPD cannot be trusted. Let's pull up cards on LAPD Captain John Tippett. Was he telling the truth when he said that he is confident that they have the 5 individuals responsible for Pop Smoke's death? Was he telling the truth? Queen of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. Judgment. 2 of Pentacles. Was he telling the truth? No, he wasn't. Because look, 5 of Swords is murder. This was a group effort. He knew this was a murder. He knew this was a death. He knew he was keeping secrets. He was manipulated. They basically told him, if you don't say what we're going to say, you're going to lose your job and you're getting demoted and we're going to put someone in place who's going to, you know, continue our agendas. Because at this point, he had a decision to make. It's like, am I going to tell this lie and keep my job, or do I tell the truth and possibly lose everything that I've worked for? Because he was being blackmailed. They were blackmailing him or threatening him in some way, John Tippett, to make a judgment call against Pop Smoke because he's a Cancer and the person on this Cancer energy is black as well. So, no, he was not telling the truth. He was lying. Why? Why was he lying? Because he knew if he didn't tell the truth, he was going to get hurt. These people, they threaten you with your life. He was threatened with his life. Like, if you don't make this decision, we're going to hurt your family. We're going to hurt your kids. We're going to hurt your wife. Specifically, if John Tippett has a wife, they blackmailed him by telling him if he doesn't do this, they're going to threaten and kill his wife and possibly even his children. So, yeah. Who's responsible for Pop Smoke's death? People that are in power. The King of Pentacles energy. A masculine energy who's black, who's in control, who's in his throne. The King of Pentacles is someone who has an empire, high status. This is a high status person. This is not, yeah, high status individual. And he had help. With the King of Cups underneath the deck. Yeah, Diddy. That's all right, Diddy. We know you got bodies. I'm going to get on you. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to get to Diddy in a second. This person in particular, Diddy. Oh, his wife too. Diddy did that. Don't worry. I'm going to get to you in a second. But those two, King of Pentacles, King of Cups energies, these are two people in control that work and conspire together to make sure that they remain in power. And Pop Smoke somehow found out about Nipsey. And once he found out, because of his projection and also the secrets that it was like a double dose. It's like we might as well kill two birds with one stone. He already knows what we did to Nipsey. And on top of that, he's going to have success. So we're killing, like I said, two birds with one stone. Two people did this. Two people that are in power and in control. And that's the end of your reading. Bye.